A lot of us know instinctively that we should be using social media to develop our businesses, not just by using the content that we find on social media to learn how to grow, but also by using social media as a tool for prospecting. Now, from a sales perspective, that's the activity of looking for people to talk to. So, we know that social media is one of those places where we could find people who would end up being our potential customers, our potential clients, and our potential business partners in the future. Or for those of you who've picked up, all the noise in the background, that's us because today also happens to be one of those few recording days. I'm on the queue right now, so there's going to be start, stop, people honking, the sounds of me shifting gear, stuff like that, because I'm on the queue. But since I haven't made a recording in a long while, I figured let me just hop on the microphone and get this done. So, where was I? Yeah, so a lot of us know instinctively that we should be using social media, not just to learn about business and how to grow, but also as a tool for prospecting, which is how we're going to look for potential clients, customers, business associates, investors, and what have you. Now, unfortunately, people use social media incorrectly as a prospecting tool. It looks like the average person just grabs their LinkedIn, grabs their Instagram, grabs their whatever it is that they're signed onto, and then sends blanket messages out to everybody who is on their follow list or everybody who has sent them a DM in the past. And that is not the most efficient way to go about it. Because, in fact, you're going to spend a lot of time pissing some people off because you send them irrelevant messages and you stand the chance of getting your account, sorry, not your account, you stand the chance of getting people to unfollow, unsubscribe, to block, to mute, to hide, or whatever it is. And these social media outlets are basically governed by the algorithms, which are trying to serve up things that are relevant. So if the algorithm sees that at the beginning of the year in January you had 2,000 followers, but now it's October, you only have 200 because people routinely unsubscribe or block or hide or mute or whatever after they receive certain kinds of messages, then those are signals for the algorithm that the content that you produce isn't particularly helpful, and these are the kinds of infractions or things that end up getting people's accounts blocked for spam and things of that nature in the future. So, blanket messaging is not a good idea, and it's something that I've spoken about in the past, so I'm not going to belabor it here. Now, there's something else that I want to stress because I've been the recipient of that recently. Now, since I'm putting out lots of content on the internet, I get lots of likes, shares, follows, retweets, or whatever it is. And I like to reach out to people who engage on my post because, quite frankly, I do appreciate the engagement. It's nice to get the feedback and an opportunity to interact with people on the content because that's why I get ideas for subsequent shows like the one that I'm recording right now. So it turns out that a good chunk of those people who actually like and who do receive a message from me later on now use that to go into launch mode and start trying to pitch their own businesses. Now, of course, I am not going to beef you for trying to do that because that's part of what I preach about over here on the podcast. That is how we should be using social media to get new business. So we should always try to look for ways to start conversations, carry on conversations with people because um, we don't know how they are going to turn, whether they might turn into profitable business relationships in the future or not. Now, there's this class of people that keep on sending me messages, people based outside the country, America, UK, and what have you, who have businesses that are local to those areas, but for some reason they keep on sending me those messages. The last one that I received was from a party promoter. There's a show going down in London, and he's chatting me up about the idea, and this is how much ticket costs, and blah 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 blah, and all whatnot. Now, anyone who has looked at my social media handles, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or both of my Instagram handles, I go through a lot of pains to point out that I actually am in Nigeria and I am based in Abuja, and a lot of my posts are tagged location Abuja. So, anyone who was trying to look at my handle to use it for prospecting, obviously, I think you wouldn't have to scroll or swipe, or you wouldn't have to dig deep in any way. It will be obvious that, oh, this dude is based in Abuja. Now, if someone is based in Abuja and your business is location specific because you're a party promoter in the United Kingdom, does it make any sense reaching out to people who are based in Abuja or Lagos or Kwara or Enugu in Nigeria to try and sell party tickets for an event that is going down in London next week? It's not a good idea. So, um, part of the right way of using social media for prospecting is not just making sure that you're not sending blanket messages, but you should make sure that you're doing some level of research in the beginning, some modicum of research. If your business is location specific, then at the very least, you want to be sure that this person that you're reaching out to is in the same locale as you are. Because if they are not, then you're wasting your time sending all these messages. So, if I were that party promoter, and if you are a party promoter, some event planner or whatever, and you're reaching out to people on Instagram, at the very least, before you send that message, pull up the person's profile. A quick look at the profile, or if you swipe 2 or 3 times, will give you a sense of, oh, okay, this guy is in Niger, no problem. Maybe I can reach out. Might be opportunity for business here. Or you swipe and you'll see like, oh, okay, it looks like this dude is out of the country. Maybe he has Jackpot. Maybe he's now in Canada. So there's no point because my business is based here in Abuja, and I do business with I do business with people in Abuja or in Kwara. At least you should be doing that level of basic research. So yes, we should use social media apps, social media tools as prospecting avenues to grow our business. But just remember, blanket messaging, not a good idea. You're pissing people off. You're giving wrong signals to the algorithm about whether you are a valuable resource or not. You want the algorithm and you want the big boys and girls at Facebook and at Google and at Twitter to think you are a valuable resource, and because of that, they should promote your stuff more in the explore, in the featured panel, in the trending, in the whatever, because different apps have different discover sections. Because I think for Twitter, it's called trending, and then for TikTok and for Instagram, I think it's called the discover page or the explore page or the for you page or something like that. So we want to be giving the algorithm good signals so that they share us more, so that they promote us more. And then apart from that, we should be doing some basic research if your business is location specific. Because if you are based in Canada or the United Kingdom and you can only reasonably do business with people who are in your county in Canada, or sorry, the other way around, your county in the United Kingdom or your province in Canada, then there is no point in starting up conversations with guys based in Abuja or guys based in Lagos or Kwara or in Mogadishu, because even if the person is interested, there's no way for you guys to do business. So even if I were interested in that party that is going down in the UK and that is happening next week, reasonably speaking, I'm not going to buy a ticket to go for a party that costs £5. It's just not worth it for me. I mean, maybe one day when I'm like Kardashian level and all that, because I understand that Kim Kardashian's younger sister has a jet, and so she does those kinds of things. You know, she just takes an 11-minute flight to some part of the US because she wants to buy something and then take a flight back. So yeah, maybe when I'm Kardashian level wealthy or Kardashian level famous, maybe I might do stuff like that. But for now, I am not going to leave Abuja right now to go to the UK to attend a £5 party. So if you're party promoter, if your business is location specific, whatever it is that you do, at the very least, before you start sending out messages to that person, pull up the profile, look in the bio, swipe 2 or 3 times. You'll get a sense of whether this person is in my city or not. And if the person is in your city, then cool. Start prospecting, start sending out the messages, start trying to build up a conversation. Outside of that, you're better off spending your time looking for other more important people to talk to, because this guy that I'm talking about in particular, we haven't exchanged many messages. So the commitment involved hasn't been too long. I think maybe 2 or 3 messages. But let's just assume that he's doing this with 20 or 30 other people. And if you look at it that way, you'll see that the level of time commitment per week, per day is now huge. So he has wasted time exchanging messages with me because, realistically speaking, there's no way that I could have been a customer for him. So, yeah, that's it. Be a helpful resource. Stop spamming people with messages. Keep your messages relevant. Make sure that your the algorithm sees that you're a useful resource. And then, if you're location specific, make sure that people are in your same part of town. So, thank you very much for listening to today's recording. If you have any questions, comments, or inquiries, or you want to ask me anything, you can do so on WhatsApp. The number is 080 6466 2140. Again, the number is 080 6466 2140. And the country code is Nigeria plus 234. Again, the country code is Nigeria plus 234. Thanks for your time and attention. I'll catch you guys at the next recording.